Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. I frequently receive questions on how to use Electric Quilt with our electronic cutting systems. Well, we go into this in much more detail in some of my classes in Techniquilters. I thought I would do a quick tutorial showing you how I used a block that I drew in EasyDraw and how I converted it to an SVG and used it in Cricut Design Space. In an Electric Quilt project, select Design a Block from Scratch. Select a new block, Pieced EasyDraw Block. In the Precision toolbar, change the block width to 2.5 and the height to 1.5. Set the snaps at 10 horizontal and 5 vertical, and set the snapping options just at snap to grid. With the line tool, we are going to draw diagonal lines, and we're going to skip a snap point each time we draw the line. So I'm going to start at a little over a 1/2 inch on the left and go to a 1/2 inch on the top. And then I'm going to go down 2 more snap points and end at 1 inch on the top. So we're going to continue to draw parallel lines through the block. Now, starting at the bottom, connect the nodes for the lines we just drew. Once that is done, change the block height to 2 inches, which now gives us diamond shapes. Select the Color tab, and we don't want to color this with fabrics. We need to use a color. So we're going to select a color, do a spray can, color it all, and add to the sketchbook. Under Print and Export, select the print setup, and under the printer, select a PDF writer. Now, one that I recommend, particularly for Windows users, is the Qt PDF writer. So I'm going to select that and select OK, and then select Print Block. Under Printing Style, select Showing Fabrics. And under Options, you want to have everything turned off. In particular, we want to have turned off the block outline and the patch outline. Go ahead and do a preview, and you're not going to see the lines because I've turned them off, but that's okay. But then go ahead and print. Now, EQ is going to ask you where you want to store that, and I'm going to go to my EQ8 images, and I'm going to call this EQ Diamonds and select Save. Next, we're going to go to Inkscape. Select File, Import, and locate the EQ Diamonds PDF project. Select the PDF file and select Open, and then select OK. You can see the dotted line around what was imported, and we need to separate that. So under Object, select Ungroup. Then select any text and select Delete. We also want to select all of the diamonds and also do an object ungroup for that. And I actually like to do it a couple of times just in case the file had additional groupings built into it. With the Select tool, click on one of the diamonds and click hold and just drag it away from the rest of the images. Select it with the Edit Node tool, and notice that we do not have 4 red lines. We only have 3 red lines. And so we're going to need to fix this so that it becomes a completed shape. How we do that is we select Path Union. With the Select tool, now select it and drag it so that it snaps back into position with the rest of the objects. Now, the way I know that it is snapped is I've got this toggle snapping on-off turned on. Unfortunately, we will need to select every one of our objects, and once we select them, do a path union. That's the only way to get these shapes corrected. I do want to note that I have not found this issue when I've brought in applique images. However, it is something that you want to take a look at, particularly if you're working with images from a pieced block. With the Select tool, drag a box to select all of the items and select Object Group. Select File Save As and navigate to My EQ8 Images, label it EQ Diamonds, and select Save. In Cricut Design Space, I'm going to select New Project, select Upload, Upload Image, and I'm going to locate my SVG file under My EQ8 Images. Select the EQ Diamond SVG file and select Open. Although I missed converting the lower left corner block, I'm going to go ahead and upload. Select the uploaded block and select Add to Canvas. Now, the size did not come in correctly, which is actually just an issue with Cricut Design Space. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but I always wanted, before I do anything else, change that. So I'm going to turn on the lock adjustments, and I'm going to change the size to 2.5, and note that I now have a height of 2, and I'm going to select everything and select Attach. And then if you go to Make It, you can load your material on the mat, select Continue, and select the material, and select Go. Thanks so much for watching. For additional tips and techniques, please subscribe to my newsletter at onpointquilter.com. In the related blog post, you can also find the card that I created using these diamonds.